So moving on to another game that we found very impressed by.
Interesting.
It's called GTFO, and if anyone knows acronyms on the internet, it's Get the F Out.
Yeah, blank out.
Worst name for a game in a long time.
Yeah.
But anyways, the trailer opens up and you kind of see like these 4 dudes and like, oh, we have to extract some items or something from this cave, and you're being dropped into this kind of underground area. Very alien-like, very isolated type situation.
Yeah, it's shaky, so you just...
And I absolutely love the voice actors because it sounds like this is some, mine pit like in South Africa or somewhere where they kind of take dudes. Maybe some of these guys are prisoners. Oh, if you extract X amount of stuff, maybe you reduce your prison sentence. And they're like being kind of forced into doing this.
Yeah, and then there's
So it has that whole kind of subjugation aspect to it. So
and the graphics look phenomenal.
Yeah.
It looks so cool.
And it's made by like 8 people. That's what's insane.
The same people who did the Payday games, where you were like the guys breaking into the banks and stuff. Those were a pretty fun game.
Yeah.
I didn't really get into it because it was broken on consoles. Like they didn't update it, and they were a team of 8 guys. So hopefully this one gets more attention console wise because the PC stuff is always taken care of.
Yeah.
So we see like, okay, they're talking, they're looking around. Oh, those things are everywhere. I'm like, oh, what kind of monsters are definitely going to have some type of creatures that are down here. And just what we can glean, looks like everyone's going to have specialties.
Yes.
Like one guy like hits the door with like this particle thing, so you can see into the door through like it's kind of like not like sonar, but kind of.
Yeah, kind of where you can see like the shapes around and everything.
So like, in that room, there's going to be a boulder on the left and a corridor, so you can. And I'm assuming if there's enemies in there, you'd be able to see the enemies.
I'm wondering if everyone has like their own ability.
Yeah,
you can choose.
I'm assuming so. You want a team of 4.
Yeah.
So there's probably a heavy gunner guy, maybe a guy who can stun enemies, a healer probably.
Healer and medic.
So definitely good teamwork. This game looks like there's no way you can play this by yourself.
No.
Maybe a couple of levels, but for the most part, you're going to have a team. So they're down there, they're talking, there's some good stuff down here or whatever, and then like an alarm goes off. And they're like, oh, set up, you see one guy sitting up a turret, like, oh, here it comes, there's going to be a flood of dudes. And it's a bunch of monsters, zombie-looking things.
They almost look like the creatures from Fallout, the ones that look human, but they walk on all 4s.
Yeah, or know what I kind of remember, that movie Below.
Yeah,
Those subterranean people.
Monsters, yeah.
So they're shooting them. The gun effects look great. The sounds of the guns, the muzzle flashes, so cool.
Lost Planet.
Yeah.
The aliens, they look like kind of like that.
Yeah, the bad guys minus all the snow.
Yeah.
So like Lost Planet.
No, I'm talking about the creatures. Yeah, definitely.
The best part was how dark it is in the game. Like it's kind of
claustrophobic.
Yeah, it's small spaces, dark, and then sometimes when you're fighting, the only light you see is from your gun.
The muzzle flash.
That's cool. I like that. That adds to the
very
effect,
cinematic.
Yeah, so it's so spooky because if you stop shooting, you don't see them, and then you're like, "Oh crap! I gotta reload and gotta."
And then this voiceover, this guy, and he's just like talking, and he's just very calm. He's even saying like, "Oh, when I wake up and I'm not entire, I just accept that this is the things that are around me." It's like, oh, it kind of sounds like the confessions of a broken man almost.
Yeah,
where like you feel sorry for the guy because this is probably his job, and he's probably kind of forced into this job.
Yeah.
It's either do this or go die out in the wastelands or something.
Exactly.
And then you see him, and because I noticed on the radar, you can kind of see everyone else's like cone of vision. When he's running away, there's no more cone, so I'm assuming the rest of his teammates died. He's running away, he's looking around. And
if you look at the bottom left thing of the thing, they show 3 of the guys, and it's all red around their faces. So it's cool.
They all got wiped out.
They got wiped out.
And then like you see this giant like I guess kind of like a worm thing gets them, and then they do the reveal of the name of the game is GTFO.
I mean, everything about it was fine except for that name.
And then they have a pre-title that says "Work Together or Die Together." GTFO. Just call it "Die Together."
I think "Die Together"
or "Work Together, Die Together."
Yeah,
that sounds so much better than "Let's have a cuss word in our title."
Yeah, and it's weird because none of the characters cuss even in the trailer at all. Like if that's the name of your game, you think they'd be like, "Oh,
I heard a couple F-bombs, but
well, if I saw a giant group of monsters coming at me, I think I might cuss.
Yeah,
too.
I'm not saying it's a bad thing,
but it shouldn't be in the title.
No. I think that title belongs to something that you would expect from a South Park type of game, not necessarily this kind of game where it's supposed to be more serious.
More of like I want to say like a grindhouse. I'm not saying like an indie game where you're like a race car guy and you have to break out of a city and people are chasing you.
No more heroes.
But less. Nothing with no polish really.
What was that one game made for the Nintendo that was really out there raunchy? That would be like a good title. Mad
World.
Mad World.
Remember that? More game like that.
Yeah, because that would be like a good subtitle. Mad World. Get the blank out. Yeah,
exactly. That sounded way better.
Maniac Mansion.
Yeah, exactly.
That's actually nothing like that.
But yeah, I love this game. I love.
That's cool. I'm definitely looking forward to this.
Yeah, and also I noticed in the trailer too that I liked. There's one guy on your team that looks like he knows a little bit more than everyone else.
Yeah, like he's kind of team leader and he knows what's down there, and everyone else is on a need-to-know basis.
Yeah, because what he said is like, make sure you guys are checking the ceilings.
I'm
that can run
assuming
on
he's
that.
probably paid to be down there.
Yeah.
He's the
Another guy-
foreman, and then the other dudes are just like his
workers.
guys.
Yeah.
Hopefully there's a story mode, and it's not just randomly generated maps. Let there be a story mode on all. It's a lot of work, but I like the idea of being able to do single player stuff, so I'm not always have to do multiplayer stuff. Let us learn about this world and what's going on.
And especially how the setup is in this trailer, because the beginning story kind of
man.
tells you, but sets it up to where you want to know more. It's not like a generic, oh, you throw down and you know what's going on.
Because I already got like visions in my head how cool it would be if like you had a story mode, right? And if you do certain things right, you get to save all your team, and you have different situations because you have team members that are left.
They have different abilities that can do things.
Yeah, exactly. So maybe to get the true ending, you need all your team members to be there.
Yeah, and certain characters will unlock this pathway that leads you to a different ending than something the other way.
Yeah, exactly. If you only had two
But
people.
Get
if
ready
it-
for a lot of fights with those four people.
But if
Yeah.
it's like if it's like Payday, there's really not a single player.
Nah.
It's just a bunch of random bank
I
heists.
hope it's not. If that happens to be the case, I'll be disappointed. I won't get this then. I want a story mode.
So again, this is again one of the few trailers I saw that really got me pumped and excited. Just a lot of trailers that made me go, "What?" So we're moving on to another one.
This could be